Okay. This is the first story, isn't it? The first scene. Okay. Lakshit, now read out your story.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Ramesh, 30 years, was an inspector in Jain police station. From their headquarters, they got information of illegal boatmen looting village people and tourists. So they immediately called the meeting, divided the members in group who would be capturing the boatmen from the local group who would be from the local people. Information they got informed at every moment and reached there in time with other groups located far away. When the Ramesh boat raced midway, he swiftly pushes the pistol as he was in civil uniform for operation. He used the rope and his pistol and let him surrender. He used other boats came, arrested him, and took him to the inquiring room. They got the information of other members and successfully captured them. They took all of them to magistrate and presented the recording evidences. They completed their task happily and secured society.
Okay. Akash, how do you feel about the story?
So the ending seemed a bit abrupt. That's it, sir.
No, okay, that's not. First and foremost, Satyendra, what is the problem?
सर इसने सर और रिसोर्स को यूटिलाइज करा सर बाहर से मंगाया तो सर मोर रिसोर्स इसने यूटिलाइज करा वो सर प्रॉब्लम है
That's first and foremost, it is what you call anti-social activity. Anything theft, dacoity, or anti-social. I have said you will not write a story anything on this. Have I said this or not?
Yes, sir.
Then why have you written?
Sorry,
This we
sir.
have discussed. This we have discussed n number of times. You will not write any story of unsocial or anti-social activities. And still, if you write it, what's the problem? Then what's the use? Is there any use?
No, sir.
Then, so that's the basically issue. So the first and foremost there. Secondly, now as you rightly put, because there are only two people. How many people you wanted now? You want no number of people, isn't it? So what does it mean? You require extra resources, very rightly put across, you require extra resources. Okay. Then after that, what happened? He has asked him to surrender, which he surrendered. After he took information, he got the information about other members successfully and captured. How? Again, blissful. You're not given any details. So what you are trying to think rightly, but it is not, details are not all coming. You are general. Again, you are trying to, as in the earlier case, you are still a generalist. Okay. Have you got my point?
Sir. Yes,
now,
sir.
Satyendra, read out your story.
Sir, Ramesh, soldier of 4 Bihar Regiment, posted in Assam, going on the leave by crossing the Brahmaputra river. He was on boat, suddenly shown gun and asked for the money. Ramesh start collecting money from pocket and in spite of giving in his hand, throw it on the boat floor and find right time to attack on him. Hold his gun.
Is it not the same thing? Anti-social activities? I have told you a number of times you will not write any story on social anti-social activities. If you still written the same thing, you are in the same boat.
So, anti-social activities, sir, please define, sir. What are
anti-social activity? चोरी करना ये लेना क्या है? Anti-social है या नहीं?
Yes, sir.
What is to be defined into this? You can't even understand what is anti-social. Something which goes against society. Do you want a thief in your society?
No, sir.
Do you want criminals? Then why are you talking about the criminals in society when it is not there? Okay. Akash, read out your story.
So my story is also pretty much on the same line, sir.
Why are you people so bent upon hell upon killing yourself? Can't you people think better? They can be Navy SEAL, Naval SEAL trying to do training for the people. Can't they be?
So scene of a movie.
Marcos, they know Marcos. There will be Marcos of Navy who are trying to practice it. Aren't they supposed to do this? If you restrict your mind, that's the end of the result. There is no point. Okay. Which is the next scene? Next scene, bolo.
Yes, sir. Sir, it was like the two children were on the tree, branch of
Okay,
tree.
there are number of children on a branch of tree.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Number
Yes,
of
sir.
tree
Yes,
and a
sir.
branch of a tree.
So 2 persons sitting on a branch of tree.
Yeah, two, maybe more, but I don't have given two or more. Only two or okay, there were two people on the branch of tree. You were right. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, tell me your story.
Yes, sir. Nikunj, 15 years, 12th class from Jindal, had to participate in pickle making competition with his group. So,
What making competition?
pickle, achar, sir, pickle.
हाँ चार बनाने के लिए. Okay.
So they all came to his house and decided to do work in parts. Nikunj with his one friend went to trees in an orchard and bought 3 kg mangoes. Meanwhile, the other group presented the spices, etc. They cut the mangoes and dried them for full long day. They all took help of their parents and put the different types of pickles. They packed them in the plastic container, put the strip of group over it, and successfully won the competition.
Very
Nikunj
nice.
was
Okay. What does it indicate now? Bolo. Akash.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Analyze the story. Is a child? Are you going to be housemaker? Are you going to be good chef? Tell me now, which quality emerged from this?
So low aim hai, sir.
Nothing to blame. He's living with his experience because as his school, college, these are all practical which are being done. That's okay. That's one part of it. There's nothing wrong with the story, the thing that because this is what is being done. But the problem is now that's how the biology and this, how the preservation and all the protecting they say, okay, go and make it, you'll find it will preserve. Nothing wrong with that. But what is that? Your aim is what? To become an officer. You have to bring out 15 qualities. What are you trying to bring? You're making pickle. The pickle बनाने को मैं ऑफिसर बना दिया तो क्या फायदा हो गया? वहां पर जाकर चाइनीज पाकिस्तानी के सामने पिकल बनाना. That's it. उसको अचार देना, अचार देने के बाद तेरे पर छोड़ देगा ना यार. गोली नहीं चलाएगा तेरे पर. He will simply come inside the center of it. Lakshit.
yes, sir.
Hello. Okay.
Understood, sir.
Now, Satyendra.
So Amit was a scientist of virology disease. Once one tree disease spreading on trees and it was given charge of taking it in control. Amit with his subordinate went to collect sample from the tree and climbed on the tree, collected 3 samples, took to lab and find out basic structure of the virus, finding out the way growth of virus. He took some experiment on it and find out the effects. His subordinate make the report with all effect and successfully find out the solution, made a medicine, spread on trees successfully and control disease. All farmers are happy and food security was ensured.
So he has become an already officer. He wants his subordinates to do everything, isn't it?
Sir?
His subordinates are preparing report. His subordinate doing everything. What is he doing? He's a scientist, very enough. And he picked up only 3 samples only from one tree. Why only one tree? Why only one tree? If this disease has spread or run, it will spread not to one, it will cover many trees, many areas. Sampling is not one sample, isn't it?
Okay, sir.
So then you have been wishful around that system. Again, you are not being practical at all. Practical. First and foremost, it's thought of provoking. It can be a problem. Nothing wrong with the system. Some wild disease has taken place in the complete area. Complete jungle area was about to, number of trees are dying up from there. So in order to find out there being the aggregate charge, he tried to find out what the various sample analyzed, ultimately came back, this was the virus, and from there, necessary medicine, all of particularly just, identified. Again, it took some time down for the tree to become okay. That is how the things could have gone.
Okay, sir.
It is not nothing. You people just thinking आप लोगों को जैसे बोलता है ना क्या पास करना You people are passing, लिखना है 4 मिनट पर time pass करना है. That's the end of it. You're not at all serious. Until the seriousness comes to play that you have to display certain quality, you cannot afford to do anything. Akash, let me have your story.
The Lokesh and Ramesh are NCC cadets and were roaming through the forest to complete an assignment given to them. The assignment was to go through the jungle and, as a part of their jungle training, and map out the area as accurately as possible. The jungle was pretty thick and dense. Ramesh seemed to be a bit lost, but Lokesh took control of the situation and suggested to climb the tree. They did so, and then mapping the forest out was very simple. They got back and were the first pair to complete the task.
Okay, everything was okay, very fast. But in between, you went totally astray and you killed yourself. Why? He lost. You're trying to take glory at the cost of a friend, isn't it? And then he suggests to go on top of the tree. Would going on top of one tree, would he be in a position to map the area? Tell me.
No, sir.
So it is impractical, isn't it? Initially, you went very nice. Now they were trying to map the area. That's very nice. And they went around various places. They had too many places. They had to climb a tree. They had to go on top of the hill. They had to cross the river. So you could you could increase the compressing system.
Okay.
Why only one player? And secondly, why do you want to let down your friend? Why do you want to let down your friend? What do you use? What do you regain? You just indicate that they are the quality which kills you, no?
Right, sir.
Both the friends, they were there. They took up the project to complete the map the area or the part of the development part of the project, which was the survey of India. They also aligned there. Professional, no? You can afford to talk that way. They became the part of survey of India, and they took up their institute or whatever you say. They took up the area of mapping this area to bring out the all flora, fauna, and everything on there. They went from the area complete. They went up there. Sometimes they had to climb a tree. Sometimes they had to go on top of the hill. Sometimes they had to cross the river. And at last, with a lot of effort and all, after a month or so, they prepared the plan, which was the map, which was fully accepted and brought out all the things which were not known till then. So that's the end of it.
Okay,
So अपने आप को अंतर से lift yourself. You can't afford to gain it. You have to lift yourself. You got no option. Have you got any option? It is not writing a story which is important. Okay. Third one, which is third one.
Sir, a child playing with a tank and mother standing.
Okay. The child playing with a tank and mother standing. Okay. Yeah. Lakshit.
Yes, sir. Anjan, 10 years, was the son of a martyr. He wanted to make his father proud on him. So he decided to become a good officer. He discussed his aim with mother and defined his career choice. He joined many YouTube channels and reached out regularly to friends for group study. He would help his mother in gardening and keeping the house clean. He also focused on sports and regularly did running to maintain fitness. He regularly went to his father's unit meet and took guidance from them. He also started his NDA preparation early and kept abreast of all current happenings by newspaper. He worked hard, cleared NDA exams and SSB in a span of 7 years and thanked all those who have supported him. He successfully took task and put his 100% for further also.
So now you just have to you have tried to bring a better story, but you have to add what is exploits later on. Once he became an officer, what did he do? Did he motivate others, or did he help out all the children of the martyrs? He took up the mission to help all children of the martyrs to become something in life. He also took up mission, he formed an NGO or something like that. That is what exploits could have been at their end. Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
So that's the answer. And you have given irrelevant number, YouTube and all that. It's the irrelevant details. The irrelevant details don't matter. You have to contract around that you read the book, good book, and all that. Those particular details you are giving irrelevant, which is good. No, it doesn't give you any credit. Every word is a resource. Satyendra, read out your story.
Sir, Rohan was a soldier of 3 Jammu Kashmir Light Infantry and an operation in Baramulla got martyred. His wife Sunita was left with child of 5 years. Now Sunita decided to make arrangement to become independent as life of her child and herself depend upon him. She took a job
How many
in
lines have
nearby.
passed? How many lines have passed?
So 3.5.
Okay. So what is the aim had been decided on problem? She wants to make herself independent, isn't it? That's all.
Yes, sir.
Okay, आगे चलिए.
Independent as life of her child and herself depend upon him. She took the job in nearby army public school with his qualification. By clearing the exam, she want to make more contribution for the society.
Now
and
then tell me,
ladies,
yeah, what is the his and her going around sibling? What does it mean? You are not very careful. That shows certain, grave psychological problem. You are talking about lady, and you are shifting to he and her every time, shifting something between the two. What does it mean? There is
sir,
a
मैंने हारी
problem.
लिखा है सर.
अच्छा, आपने बोला क्या आपने भी?
तो दोबारा से पढ़ देता हूँ एक बार.
You don't read it. Please don't read it now.
Okay,
don't read it now. You have to be very careful when you're talking about it.
Okay, sir.
Go ahead after that.
By clearing the exam, she wants to make more contribution. She cleared the exam. Then she wants to make more contribution for the society and ladies of same categories of her. Therefore, she opened an NGO and arranging staff and making it successful by calculating the budget and minimizing the unnecessary expenditure by doing work by himself and some ladies. Share the job opportunities training, training centers, making aware of government scheme, etc. Therefore, making herself satisfied by the job.
Who's the hero?
So lady.
Lady. Why? I told you hero should be the same age and sex, desire or not?
Yes, sir. But sir, छोटा बच्चा sir
don't ask me the question around that. You have to think about it.
Okay, sir.
Don't ask me that question around that. That is your perception. If Lakshit can ever draw that, why can't you?
Okay, sir.
That's the end of it. So why asking this question again? Why child and all something around there? And again, you are confused on the details. You are going again. That if once he or she has opened an NGO, what is the purpose? It is not only identifying economy and all particular things. That's not the way. What is the problem? Ladies have got it. First and foremost, they must find job opportunities. Number one, they should be self-dependent. They should have the opportunity to teach their children. So they are the point which should be brought out. And you have not brought any details. You're just being, again, generally you're trying to talk about it. Even if you have decided Roman GTO, so in order to help all other widow or Marquis widow, firstly, they wanted to make them independent. They wanted, she organized for the job. She organized for the skill development so that they can find a better opportunity. So this is how the thing should go. Akash. Unmute yourself.
Oh.
Unmute yourself, Akash. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Suraj was a young kid when he lost his father. His father was a martyr who died in the battlefield. Suraj's mother noticed that Suraj, from a very young age, had a knack to become an officer, always played with toys like tanks. Suraj was extremely disciplined from a very young age, and he prepared for NDA and he cleared NDA exam in the very first attempt. He is now 26 years old, serving in the army, and grew up to become a fine officer.
Where's the details?
Yes, sir. Details are missing.
Again, you are confused between her and him. You started with the mother. She has seen her child playing with a tank, and that's the end of it. Is there any contribution from the lady? Any detail what the child has done it? So out of blue, you have made it 20. He has suddenly become 26-year-old. It means what? He has not appeared for the earlier opportunities. How has he done it? Again, wishful. Okay. Next, Lakshit.
Yes, sir. Ankush 25 took job as a psychologist in hospitals. His work was to console the members of a dead person. While there was a natural death of a child's grandfather, he consoled him and asked to continue his efforts. Meanwhile, remembering the efforts of his grandfather, he noted the types of people who died, their reasons, and additionally recorded the data. With the help of other mates, they regularly did their set rounds to various houses. They performed their job gradually and were happy.
Again, Lakshit, again, why this negativity?
Sir, it is clearly visible like dead body is there.
Clearly, that exactly, that will be there. That will be there. Can't it be the body for the treatment, for the training of the doctors?
Yes, sir.
Can't be the disaster management team? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
You have to open you open your eyes. That's all. You have to open your mind. And again, the total negative, what have you done? He's trying to console people. What does it mean? You require help and assistance. You yourself require it. That's yourself. And simply you are trying to give details because you collected data and all. That's a very simple affair. You have to bring out 15 qualities. Satyendra.
So Raju was a doctor in the KD Medical Research College. Once a new batch of MBBS student came to study the various organs of human body. Raju was given responsibility. Raju divided different organs into some same common sections and you use help of technology and animations and make clear the functions of different of common diseases related to organ precautions and need to be taken to cure with the help to make body fit. After he asked any doubt and clear it, and next day he took test and many students got above 80% and he was satisfied by the lectures.
So in one day he has made everyone a doctor, isn't it?
सर स्टूडेंट सर एमबीबीएस के पढ़ने आए थे सर उसके पास.
अरे एक ही दिन में डॉक्टर बना दिया ना सबको.
नो सर.
What have you written? That read the story. What have you done? He took the body in his hand, he took various parts of the system and then made the animal system and then made them a doctor. And they took their exams and they passed with 80%.
No, sir.
Next,
sir,
use the word read. Again, don't tell me what written.
Okay.
What is next day? They took the exams. Did you write this next day or not? This is what you told me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then why the next day? So today, next day means one day you made them everyone a doctor.
सर चैप्टर का टेस्ट हुआ है सर एक बॉडी ऑर्गन्स के
again, you don't tell me all these things chapter time. In one day does he become a doctor?
So I have not written sir in one day they become doctor.
You have taken a test. What does it mean? So what is it? You are a teacher. You have done one day job teaching. What should you give it credit? For one teaching, you are a doctor. You are a doctor. You are a teacher, aren't you? And yes. If you are a teacher, if you are you are teaching a person for one day, why should we get a credit to become an officer? Tell me. Is it not your job? Routine job?
Okay, sir.
Is it not a routine job? Then yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Then what is for what? What is the extraordinary thing you have done? आप लोग सोचो, you have to bring out 50. Tell me which qualities emerge in this. 50 out of 15 qualities. Is there any problem? No problem. First and foremost, every situation must have a problem. Is there any problem in this case? No. Situation that you have created, there is no problem. You are teaching, a teacher have come and you are teaching them. That's the end of it. There is no problem at all. If there is no problem, there will not be a solution. If there will not be a solution, there will not be action. If there is no action, there will not be any quality which come up.
Okay, sir.
It is not. बच्चों का कहानी नहीं लिखना है. You have to bring out 15 qualities. Akash.
Sarvesh is a young doctor who was pursuing his master's degree in medicine. As a part of his internship, he had to visit the hospital frequently. During his daily rounds, he noticed there was a lot of casualties in recent times due to the
How many
outbreak.
lines have passed?
So, four, sir.
4 lines. What have been done? Any problem? Any problem till now?
No, sir.
What's the use of writing this? It's a sheer waste, garbage, isn't it? If you are not able to define a problem in first 4 lines, what will you do? आगे चलिए.
During his daily rounds, he noticed there were a lot of casualties in recent times due to the outbreak of a particular virus, especially in the rural sector. He started to conduct a survey around there. He noticed a particular pattern and then eventually started working on a drug. The drug turned out to be a success, and Sarvesh
Okay, just a
eventually was
minute.
able to save.
Your father is a doctor. Would he
Yes, sir.
is he authorized to bring out another drug, research for the drug?
So that's why I said he's pursuing his master's in medicine, not.
Medicine supposes medicine. They are not formulation. They are not pharmacists.
True, sir.
They are not pharmacists. You're going wrong there. It's the pharmacist's job or the people who do research and their formulation, they make it. Have you seen doctors making formulation?
No, sir.
Then what is this? Then beyond that, what is there? He is still in stern. And what he's doing? He's not to become a doctor yet. Can he undertake such sort of thing? He has to take the advice of the professor or lecturer or whosoever it is there. They are supposed to do it. Intern is supposed to what 1 to 2 years. That's the end of it, isn't it? Maximum 2 years. So again, being a doctor's son, can you afford to think so irrationally?
No, sir.
Then, no, just second, because you're not keeping your eyes and ears open. You must understand what is really needed, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Read the next one. Lakshit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rahul, 15 years, had to participate in a school athletics event, so he informed the same to his friends and planned their daily 6-kilometer running nearby at Wider Road near Enclave Stadium. They went in the morning hours and did their running by dividing into continuous run and sprint runs. They also did stretching exercises and did fartlek training method to enhance endurance. They took guidance from their seniors and coaches and implemented the told methods. They also ran weekly marathons of 9 kilometers with other friends through the nearby villages. They also improved their diet and added more natural supplements like milk. They also did 50 sets of push ups, 20 sets of pull ups, etc. They prepared well in 20 days and performed well in the competition. They thanked and improved their physical and mental standards.
Okay. Read the first. What is the first problem? Read it again in the beginning.
Rahul, 15 years, had to participate in a school athletics event.
So what is school athletics means? Is only one school or inter-school athletics event? It's the same
Sir.
school, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Where's the question of running 50 marathon and all? Which event was it? That the school ever conducts marathon race?
No, sir. Not. But sir, वो school के अंदर ही.
Again, Lakshit, please understand around there. Have you seen any school conducting marathon? Yes or no?
No, sir.
No, then what? And it's a school competition. School competition क्या होगा? Maximum होगा 1500 meters, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And what all the details that is given, it is irrational. It is not does not add any value to the system. Definition of problem is faulty. Which event? It also has got discus throw, it has got javelin, it has got high jump, it has got long jump. Which event is he trying to participate in? Why is it running so much? Where the question of supplements and everything around there? बच्चों को पढ़ाई करने की कौन से स्कूल के कौन सप्लीमेंट की जरूरत है? Akash will tell he's a sports enthusiast. He'll tell him, Akash, Brief him. Batao.
Yes, sir.
Is it possible?
No, sir.
Then what is it totally? Batao kya hota hai? Tell him.
Sir, anytime. Supplements minimum before 21 kabhi bhi recommended.
One is supplemented. Beyond that, what is that? You being you are from the professional. He is a person who has done post-graduation in this. Ask him, he'll tell you. Does it require that much marathon preparation for running 100 meters?
No, sir.
That too at the school level?
No, sir.
Would you ever permit it? Akash?
No, sir.
Then? But so it is irrational. No? सपना देख रहे हो जो पढ़ा लिखा जो को इतना सबको उठा कर लगा दो उसमें vomit it out on the what are the stories that you're writing. Satyendra, read it.
So Rahul was the athlete. He has participated in the Khelo India Games in 25-kilometer marathon run. He was very prepared and was doing
marathon होता है क्या? 25 किलोमीटर मैराथन होता है क्या?
So 21 and 42.
Ask him that our friend. Tell these people on me.
Okay, sir.
जो मर्जी है लिख दो ना. वहां पर जो बैठा हुआ है वो तो बेवकूफ बैठा हुआ है, उसको कुछ पता ही नहीं है ना. You just want to write what comes to my head. Okay, go ahead.
He was very prepared and was doing practice since last year. On the day of marathon, Rahul started running and had planned to cover 5 kilometers with constant speed and long steps, and next 1 kilometer with relaxing body and recovering and take long breaths. This way he has followed the next 4 cycles and complete successfully. And in last 1 kilometer, he put all his effort, run with full energy, make everybody behind him and win the marathon.
Okay.
Got the trophy, took home.
Okay, very nice. What effort has he done? Is only you are describing the only event, isn't that? How did you run, isn't it?
Yes.
What have you done? You are describing only how did you run 25 kilometers.
Okay, sir.
Anything beyond that?
No, sir.
So what best you can get is a physical stamina. Anything beyond that? Anything else I can give you credit for?
So planning.
Which planning?
So I've divided the marathon
so
into
but
parts.
if that is the planning, I give it to you, then every day every person become a road ka sweeper ban jayega, officer ban jayega bhai. If you call this a planning.
Okay.
रोड पे स्वीपर है वही ऑफिसर बनेगा फिर.
Okay.
You can think about it beyond that. It is something in the, you can't afford to let it go. You can't go down that way. तुम लोग सोच खाली लिखना है, कहानी लिखना है, कहानी लिखने से काम नहीं होता है. You have to bring out the 15 qualities. Akash, read it.
Karan is a young athlete from Haryana, and the recent national games he won gold medal in both 100 and 200 meters. Since the success of Karan in the national games, he was called upon in Sports Authority of India to train from the most elite coaches of our country. Karan was excited, and it was his dream to represent his country, and the Asian Games were near. He joined SAI. The training was rigorous, but Karan was determined to. Karan eventually qualified for the games and secured gold medal, making his country, family, and coaches proud.
Okay. Now, what is again? You are trying to do. Suppose you have got a plot, but left it. After having won a gold medal 100 200 meter, and by simply joining the SAI, State Sports Authority of India, you don't become athlete back again. What is the training? And secondly, there's a doubt about he says, though it was rigorous, but still he managed it. What does it mean? What does it mean? Your mental stamina goes down. Mental stamina goes down, firstly. Secondly, you have not at all given details of how the training was conducted. What did you achieve from there? How do you achieve it? Again, you just came to the conclusion that you have again at the ASEAN level, you have gone it. Where was the competition? Would anyone allow you to go for ASEAN without rigorous competition at various levels? Tell me. There has to be selection, there has to be, also practice there. You will be taken various places around there. You have to participate in the various competitions. Then only you'll be in a position to go through. And you being the sports enthusiast itself, you should have given much more detail. Next, Lakshit.
Yes, sir. Case 25 was from a trading company. After discussion with his subordinates, they decided to help the village people in organizing a trade fair. So they went to village Sarpanch and convinced
What
him
is
for the
trading
fair.
company? What is trading company?
Like, sir, which organizes these trade fairs, etc. It should be like
Is
mentioned
it a trading?
properly.
Is it called trade company?
Sir, I was not getting the correct word at that time.
So you can't. That's not an excuse.
Okay, sir.
Ignorance is not at all an excuse. Is it an excuse? Tell me.
No, sir.
Then
Sorry, sir. I
okay.
will improve.
Again.
After getting the budget approved from village fund, they told the people of various
who organizes trade fair at village level? कहाँ पर trade fair होता है बताओ मेरे को. Which all places have got trade fair? Which village has got trade fair? And from where would fund come? Who budgets that money for that trade fair? Lakshit, तुम लोगों को जो है ना, you lack the practical sense. You have to be practical. What is possible on the earth? Okay, go ahead after that.
Yes, sir. After getting the budget approved from village fund, they told the people of various games and they told the people about various games and foods to be presented. They took an open area and made tents there. They asked the children there to form groups and make models related to village education, sports, etc. They asked the people to use fields wood to make the bullock cart designs and make template guns for shooting balloons, etc. They designated the groups, trained them, put advertisements, and successfully organized the fair. It inspired other villages also and organized many functions like
So
this.
what you wanted to have a, what is that? Not mela, village mela. What you could come village mela? Wherein that's what you should have called about it. And you could have invited local what is that tradesmen to display their art. And why a bullock cart? Bullock cart is no more exists. How many bullock carts exist till now?
So like in villages, there are many still, sir.
Still, again, it's gone are the days now.
Yes, sir. I came to city only before 3 or 4 years, sir. There are many. Even most people are using them.
Lakshit, do that around there. So what does it mean? So what is the trade with the local village mela was to be organized? Annual and village mela used to be organized, wherein they used to organize what was that different sports activities were there, kusti, dangal, and all those things that is to be organized on there. Plus local arts and craft was also displayed so that they could be appreciated. And he also brought the people from outside who could purchase local items which are manufactured by the villagers. Then also they also involved the block and district authority who could afford to display various activities, government what are that plans which are there which could help them around there. So that is how things should have gone.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you give the details something possible. Okay, aim is to bring out you have got a flair. The one thing good about Lakshit, you have got you can write well, but you are thinking beyond what is really expected. You are going to unnecessary details. Get into the right detail which gives you credit.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Satyendra.
Sir, Vikas was the SDM of Motipur town in Madhya Pradesh. This monsoon season, there is a decrease in 40% raindrop. Therefore, shortage of water occurred and was month of cultivation of new crops. Everybody feeling shortage of water. Vikas called the meeting with all the pradhans and take them aware about the situation and listen everybody's problem. Vikas then
how
gave
many
a
lines
solution.
passed? How many lines have passed?
So 6.
6 lines. What has happened? There is shortage of water.
Yes, sir. Meeting was arranged.
Only there is shortage of water. And
Yes,
SDM
sir.
arranged the meeting.
Yes,
No
sir.
action till now?
Yes, sir. No actions.
Okay, आगे चलिए.
Sir, Vikas called the meeting of all the pradhan and talk to them aware about the situation and listen to everybody's problem. Vikas
How
then
many lines
given the
passed
solution.
now?
So we say 6. So I have
Okay.
repeated that line 5.
Okay, आगे चलिए.
The situation and listen everybody problem. Vikas then give the solution of changing the crop with crop which require less water and calculate water available in pond, well and lakes, etc. and water available for all daily needs throughout the year. Everybody agreed and the situation was successfully solved and
Just tell me
everybody was
one thing now. Satyendra, tell me very simple. Water shortage today. Problem has to be today or tomorrow.
sir.
When the storage water कहाँ से आएगा? There is the shortage of water. From where would the water come?
Sir, from the canals of the
अरे कहाँ पे canal है? कहाँ की बात कर रहे हो? कहाँ पे canal के? Have you written?
no sir.
Then what?
So I have
Problem
changed
is
the
today.
crop.
अरे crop change करने में it will take 6 months, isn't it?
No sir, this is a month of cultivation, sir. I've earlier mentioned it.
Which crop?
So crop I have not mentioned specific, sir.
Which crop? So what is, so you're just again generally बात कर रहे हो ना तुम?
Yes, sir.
Only because you're given trivial solution. If as the SDM, what is except for suggesting you change the crop, has he done anything else? As
No,
the SDM, he has just called the meeting with the people, Pradhans. Pradhan, suppose there may be Pradhans are probably each village. Yeah, what is that? Panchayat will be the one Pradhan. Okay, so let's say about 10 panchayats are there in a district around there. So 10 Pradhans are there. What has he done? He has called the meeting. He told them, "Bhaiya, pani ki kami hai. Okay, something has to be done. So use the water which is available in the pond." In case they don't require SDM permission to use those water. What extra thing has done? He says you change your crop. So what is his action? Only suggesting that you change the crop. Change the crop will take how much time? Which crop? Can any crop be done without water? Tell me one thing. Every crop requires water more or less. When you are
yes,
sowing any seed, it requires the water. From where did the water come? बताओ ना भाई.
So,
Satyendra, not expected from you. You are a stalwart now.
Sir,
Your thought process should have changed by this time.
Sir, 60% से जो पानी था सर.
Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Satyendra.
Sir? Yes, sir. So 60% water sir जो available था सर lake pond and well से सर जो available था सो use करा. And further sir इसमें
so for that they don't require SDM permission ना.
Yes sir.
अरे तुम्हारे गांव में पानी है, तुम SDM के परमिशन की जरूरत है क्या? नहीं ना?
No sir. No sir.
Then what has he done? Who is the hero? SDM. What has he done? Nothing.
Okay.
पानी है तो तुम्हारे गांव वाले अपने आप इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. आपके खेत में यदि कुआं है, नल है, what was there? You got a pond. That okay, you use the water in any case. Do you have to take permission of the DM or the government of that state?
No, sir.
That no, it बचकाना वाली बात करते हो. You people seem to away from the realities, no? Akash.
Shaunak was 26-year-old when he completed his master's in agricultural sciences. He belonged from a town named Akola in Maharashtra. As soon as he completed his studies, he got back to his village, but he noticed that the yield was not good for that year, and it has been the same for the past 2 years. So Shaunak decided to educate the farmers on his village about the modern techniques in farming the schemes that the government have introduced, and the incentives they could avail. The farmers started practicing what Shaunak had suggested, and yields in the village since then was better than ever.
What is suggestion? Akash, what is suggestion? What have they done? Again, wishful. सपना देख रहे हैं आकाश. What is the suggestion? Akola agriculture scientist from Akola has come back to the village and he found last 2 to 3 years the productivity of the area is low. Fair enough, good. So he simply told the use technology. Which technology? What is the suggestion? How has it been implemented? Who put the bill? From where did the money come? What are the other resources required? Who is going to talk about it? You just in one liner, if you give it, what is the use? Okay. Lakshit.
Yes, sir. Rajan, 21 years, had come to change before 1 month. Once, when he was going for playing cricket with friends, he observed a little collision between scooter and car. Sorry, scooter. He swiftly went and halted the cycle boy and scooter person who were injured minutely. With the help of other people there, they went aside and put the first aid uh, from scooter box and asked the boy to get his cycle repaired from nearby shop, meanwhile informing his parents of the same. He noticed the child's mistake and asked him to drive slowly through a cut at road. He convinced other people of writing letters of proper traffic lights and safe maintenance of cuts. They applied at the traffic police station, got the work done within 2 days. They felt happy and continued to make their society
Okay.
free from this smoke.
Okay, it's better story. Now the problem comes up. Would the traffic light be put in one day?
Sir, I have mentioned that within 20 days.
How? Traffic light के लिए क्या क्या चाहिए? First and foremost, it has to be whom did you write it?
Sir, traffic police station.
Whatever it is, पढ़ो वहाँ पर क्या लिखे वहाँ पे पढ़ो.
They applied at the traffic police station and got the work done within 20 days.
Okay. Anything beyond that? So probably the traffic light would only traffic light will help. Cyclist to जहाँ मर्जी वहाँ घुमा लेता है ना cyclist वाला. Even the traffic light काम करने वाला है क्या?
No, sir. Other things also should be included.
So that's it. It's not. It is the traffic discipline will have to maintain, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
There has to some other posting with the people or some other details would have been brought out.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
आगे
sir.
चलिए. Satyendra.
So Saurav was going on by
Yeah. What?
So Saurav was going on bicycle for exam in the college as it was his last semester exam of BTech Computer Science. While going, suddenly he met an accident, and hopefully it was a minor one, and no one was majorly injured. Saurav went ahead, took.
Satyendra, who is your?
So Saurav.
Saurav got. Is it? Who has got hurt?
Sir, Saurav got minorly injured.
So, did I tell you the hero will never get hurt? He will not get killed. What is this? Inflicted wound? It means you are careless and careless. Sense of responsibility low.
Okay, sir.
So why are you trying to be brave enough? You do, first and foremost, you do a mistake, and then you say, okay, there's minor one, I'm going ahead. अपने आप गोली मार रहे हो ना अपने आप को.
तो फिर इंजर सर थोड़ी इंजर हो गया सर, फिर सामने वाले को इंजर करना
पड़ेगा. क्यों इंजर हो गया? क्या गलती आपको चलाने नहीं आता तो यू आर केयरलेस है, तब तक कोई एक्सीडेंट होता है. क्यों एक्सीडेंट हो गया?
पिक्चर दिखाया सर.
You picture में दिखाते. Why do you? I didn't want you to as a hero to get hurt. Why have you got hurt?
सामने वाले को इंजर.
So the third person is standing in front of you, rather he's the person who's there.
Okay, sir.
So you yourself is careless. And one such story, that's the end of it. Not beyond that. You don't have to go a second time. बढ़िए आगे.
While going meet with accident, and hopefully it was minor one and no one major injury happened. So went ahead and took some bandages, sit in exam, writes successfully. Later, he went to the spot and analyzed that the shape of a curve is responsibility of accident. Shape of the curve of the road was responsible for the accident and went to.
You are wasting your time. Yes, sir. एक तो पहले गलती करते हो. You have been here in that area for so long, you don't know the shape of the curve is there. That a bad or good? You're trying to analyze once you have created an you have a curve everywhere. You would have been traveling that road many times, isn't it? Was it the first
Yes,
time you're traveling on that?
No, sir.
Then what? Why this action so delayed action? Speed of decision, everything is gone. Effective intelligence gone. Reasoning ability is gone. Organizing ability is gone. क्या फायदा हुआ ऐसे कहानी लिखने का भाई? बच्चे भी कहानी ऐसे नहीं लिखेंगे. सत्येंद्र, आकाश.
Ronak was 24 years old and was from Delhi. One day on his way to the grocery shop, he saw that a scooter was recklessly being driven on the street and was on the way to hit a boy in the cycle. The boy in the cycle seemed to be unaware. He calculated the distance between the scene and him and realized he couldn't make it on time, so he shouted at the boy. The boy thankfully jumped out in time and the scooter came to a halt. Both of them got away with a few bruises. He stopped their bleeding and on inquiry realized that the brakes of the scooter had failed. He tended to the man and took his scooter to the nearest garage and got it repaired.
Again, अब तो मैं क्या कहूँगा आकाश सर? बोलो. हाँ. Where was the need of calculating the distance? He can't make it around there, then out. So where was the need of bringing those? Simply, you could have around there. Yeah, going around there, saw an accident taking place. And there was a man, he gave help, assistance to all the people, took him the places, hospital if it required another while, and he found it was because of it was not mistake, it was the brake had failed. And in spite of the, so there's a corrective measures had to be taken. That's set of it. Where the question of telling that my distance is less, he can't make it, that's why he just sorted and he applied the brake. Apply braking. Yeah, then looking at that there was no brake failure, isn't it? Scooter has stopped. Cycle person has dropped out from there, ran away from the, say, he jumped out from their system. Scooter has stopped. It means they have not at escape speed at all. So you could have simply written, yes, a minor accident on inquiry. If who was small, you gave all the assistance required, you took in the hospital, what was required if that is the case. And he found it was not a mistake of the driver because the primarily with that scooter it was the brake had failed. Now he was trying to control with the help of accelerator, which he came back and ultimately applied and got things done. That's the end of it. Okay, next, Lakshit.
Yes, sir. Ramesh, 21 years, was on evening walk with his friends along a river Chetang in Jind. He noticed a boy drowning, so he immediately took the rope from boat nearby, as it was a boating club boat. He threw it ahead of person and togetherly pulled out the person from water. They lifted his chin up and down for secure airways and gave 2 sets of chest pressings of 2 minutes each. They gave him oxygen through mouth and successfully restored his state. They
Okay,
recognized.
at least you gave reason. Okay, I have granted that much you gave reason because the rope was available on the boat nearby. On the rope nearby.
Yes, sir.
Boat.
They
was he traveling on? Where was the hero going?
Sir, they were on evening walk.
Evening walk. Where was the boat?
Sir, boat nearby. I have mentioned nearby, sir.
Where is the boat? Was it a pond? What is a river? What was it?
Sir, it was a river.
Read it again.
Ramesh, 21 years, was on evening walk with his friends along a river Chetang in Jind.
Okay, very nice.
He noticed a boy drowning, so he immediately took the rope from boat nearby, as it was a boating club.
How many boat club is there? How much time would you have taken to search for the rope?
Sir, 2 or 3 minutes.
2 or 3 minutes. What was the boatman who was there? He was not
Like, sir,
available. जिसका बोट होगा वो बोट का आदमी होगा, बोटमैन भी होगा ना यार,
yes,
नहीं
sir.
है? उसने क्या किया? कुछ नहीं. अरे उसके बोटमैन भी होगा ना उसके बगल में.
Yes, sir.
रिवर में क्या, रिवर में गया हुआ, रिवर में तैर रहा था, तो उसका वहां पर तो सबकी जानकारी में होगा ना यार.
Yes,
अच्छा,
sir.
बोट वाला भी होगा ना.
But, sir, oh, yes, sir, it should also mention.
चलो आगे. चलो, एटलीस्ट योर थॉट कि देयर इज अ बोट फ्रॉम द बोट, दैट मच इज सफिशिएंट, दैट इज ओके, बट यू हैव गॉट नो slightly more because you could have gone around there being a good swimmer. He jumped to the trap, they caught him around, they brought him, because that also can be done. Okay, fair enough. Satyendra.
So Mohan was going for a office. He noticed this. Someone was droning and sound for help was coming. He quickly stopped his car and took the rope from the back and rushed to the situation. Make the loop, throw onto his body, successfully catch him and drag to shore. Pacify him, tell not to worry, took provide first aid
किस
and
कार में रोप रहता है रे? किसके कार में रोप रहता है?
सर टोइंग के लिए सर.
क्या कौन सा टोइंग के लिए, कौन कौन सा कार में रोप रहा था? हमको तो आज तक कभी देखा नहीं है. आकाश, आर यू टोइंग के लिए? डू यू वांट योर कार में तुम्हारा टोइंग है या नहीं?
हम तो नहीं रखते सर रोप.
नहीं तो रखते होगे ना. सत्येंद्र कह रहा था रख रहे हो आप. सर,
सर
और उसमें उसको
फिर
लूप
टो
भी
किससे
बनाएगा,
होगा?
उसके बाद फेंकेगा भी लूप में. वेरी गुड, ग्रेट. How much time it take? Even if you are going around there, just tell me around there. When you stop, you look at left, right, center. रुकोगे. कार से जा रहे हो. What is the distance car would stop? It would take only few minutes. कितना देर
सर 1
लगेगा
मिनट
कार
में हो
रुकने
जाएगा.
में? हाँ,
सर 1
कार
मिनट.
को ऑफ करोगे ना, कितना देर लगेगा?
सर 1 मिनट.
Think about it. Then open the dicky. डिक्की खोलने में कितना देर लगेगा?
सर
उसका
20
लूप
30
बनाने में कितना
सेकंड.
देर लगेगा? लूप बनाने में कितना देर लगेगा, बताओ ना.
भागते भागते सर लूप बनाऊंगा सर.
हाँ, लूप भागते भागते लूप. वेरी गुड, यू आर द ग्रेटेस्ट पर्सन अवेलेबल. आई थिंक यू शुड बी ज्वाइन नेवी. नेवी चले जाओ, तेरे को वहां पर कर देंगे लोग, नौकरी मिल जाएगी आराम से. सेंसलेस पीपल डाउन देयर. काम सोचो तो प्रैक्टिकल तो हो यार. तुम लोग कहां से सपना देखते हो तुम? आप ही बताओ, इज इट पॉसिबल? बोलना.
आई डोंट नो ना.
अब यू डोंट नो. व्हाट यू डोंट नो? that's a very
सर लूप तो सर
प्रॉब्लम.
मैं कहीं ना कहीं सर
कहीं
उसमें
ना कहीं
पिक्चर में सर
तो
लूप
मेरा
था.
काम ऐसा है तुमको कह दूं अच्छा है तो ठीक है. यू विल बी हैप्पी, इजंट इट? कह दूं यू आर राइट. Tell me yourself, you analyze yourself now. I'm trying to tell you, bring out those qualities you should have thought about. I'm not doing anything extra. You should have used this sort of common sense. I say you have इतना पढ़ाने का क्या फायदा हुआ when you can't afford to analyze your story yourself. All my teaching is a waste then.
नो सर.
Akash.
Naveen was on his regular evening runs along the river. Suddenly, while running, he heard some faint voice across the river. It sounded like someone was in distress. He quickly went across the river via the nearest bridge. He saw as he went closer that a boy was clinging onto a rock and almost on the verge of drowning. He quickly went in the forest to look for something, as the loggers often leave a few things behind. Thankfully, he found a rope. He hurled the rope at the boy, as the current was too strong and him jumping would result in his casualty too. The
When
boy got
the
hold of the
when
rope.
the spring comes, can summer be far behind?
सर इसने तो
I
बहुत
get
सारी
you,
गलती
sir.
कर दी सर.
क्या? When the
इसने
spring
बहुत
comes,
सारी
somebody finds so Satyendra now Satyendra is happy. He's not alone. बताओ अभी क्या गलती, क्या बताओ?
सही है. वो डूब रहा है सर, ये रूप ढूंढ रहा है सर. तो
वो
जब तक
जंगल
मर
में ढूंढ
जाएगा.
रहा है, जाके कुछ
Yes,
छोड़
that's
करके
why,
आपका
sir, I
जंगल में.
mentioned. So that's why I mentioned he was clinging on to a rock. That's why he didn't
Oh,
like
that is
wash away.
so. It means what? You are scared, coward. You don't want to
Sir,
take. You are unable to find a solution. कौन कौन रोप छोड़ के जाएगा जंगल में, बता मेरे को.
The loggers usually do, sir.
Which loggers? Why
Sir,
should they
the
leave it?
loggers who cut trees and all.
किसे आज तक तो मैंने देखा नहीं इसको.
सर अभी सर ये मेरी गाड़ी में रोप नहीं रखने दे रहा था सर, ये लोग वाले रोप छोड़ के जाएंगे सर.
कहाँ से कर रहे हो आकाश? You simply going across from there, he could have go to the, that's okay. Rope is seen. I agree with you that there's purposely rope has been given, and bulk of the people do the same mistake as you are doing. It could have been a swimming pool. It can be a swimming pool where he is standing as a trainer, And a trainer, he can always, he has got all the, well, he's got lifeboat, he's got no life jacket, he's got ropes, everything available that he can do it. Very simple thing. Can't it be done? Yes or no?
Yes sir.
Yes.
ये छोटे चीज को तुम बाहर से क्या करते हैं, बहुत सिंपल सोचना है ना. सिंपल सोचो. क्या लक्षित?
Yes, sir.
हाँ,
Ranjan 24 years SP wanted to get people admitted in police services in police clubs because
What are
of
your-
lack of
Okay, chalo, हाँ, go ahead.
vacancy at many places. So he, along with his friends, went to rural and urban areas and informed the people about police clubs meant for police contribution in security. They noted the number of interested people who had passed their 10th and 12th. They took their exams and got the deserved one selected. They trained them under the laydown principles and analyzed the various types of cases. They informed them about their duties on unaware people and gave them the required items from the help of
Can
fund
SP
provided.
recruits sepoy like that?
Like sir,
Constable like that?
nowadays police clubs are being formed.
What is
So,
police club?
sir, like mini police we can say, which are meant for contribution to police.
They are called. They are the several the people on there. That's so. That means what is the police? You have to define that. In order to see on the SP being that due to the dearth of the number of constables, he wanted to improve policing on there by increase the strength on there. He wanted with the help of the permission of the government employed on a daily basis some of the local recruits from the who are fit enough to be taken as who could assist the police in achieving the duty. Where again, it also taught them that this necessary discipline also, and simultaneously they also earn money, which ultimately many of them would have passed the constable test or passed they became probably constable later on. So that's how the things should go.
Yes, sir.
आपके प्लॉट है तो इसको बताओगे तब ना, जबकि तो पुलिस क्लब का देने से पुलिस क्लब कोई नहीं, who will understand what is police club? बताओ.
Yes, sir. It should be mentioned.
It is they call it. It's not a it's not even home guard. It is supposed to they assist the local people. So the local traffic people, local traffic just like they are Calcutta. They have got a lot many people. What they call it? They wear different uniform. So with the help
Yes,
of
sir.
government, they take every police outside, every station outside, they can hire 2 or 3 people for every station.
Yes, sir.
So that you have to bring out. So so your plot should have been very simple. With the increased requirement of the constable and the police officer at each station, SP wanted to increase the efficiency by inducting local people to assist the police in their duties. So he went around the people, took their lead, and who were the fit enough, they brought him across and employed them temporarily. This increased their awareness, they increased their discipline. They have started contributing towards the societal benefit and societal development. And ultimately, many of them have also later on joined the police as a constable at various level.
Yes.
So that's how the things should go. Na?
Yes, sir.
You have to bring your Satyendra.
So Sanjay was a BTech in aviation and has applied to the aviation company and found out all vacancies were full, and therefore 1 year will waste. Therefore, he decided to start his own startup by making drones, as about 60 to 70% of drones being imported from China. Therefore, he study the principle and complexity involved in it, find out the solution to the problems, and improvise it. Calculate the fund required in making large quantity. Contact to bank.
Hold it, Satyendra. He is what? He is an engineer, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
किसका engineer है?
So, aviation.
Aviation engineer. Okay, aviation. What does aviation engineer do?
So they make planes.
Do they? Do they make planes? Then the probably
So I
because
was,
all these. Do they make
I
planes?
was missing the.
Okay,
So
number
they
one.
just.
They are supposed to basically what is being talked about it. They should maintenance of the aircraft. They are being taught to maintenance of aircraft, and design is a separate by itself. Okay, even if I grant you that much, he is a design engineer who could design an airplane. You know these norms are very strict. How much money would you require to make one drone? Tell me.
So I'm coming on this, sir.
I'm coming. At last, my honest, kya fayda? You have already made it improve all the progress. You already 8 lines you have wasted till now. It is coming from China and all that is already gone. 8 lines हो गए ना? आया ना?
So 6.
Why everything 6 में तेरा होता है क्या? उससे बढ़ता नहीं आगा तेरा?
नहीं sir, 6 ही है. Exactly, sir.
Okay. चलो 6 के आगे चलो. Let's 6 में क्या कहता है? बोल.
Principle and complexity involved in it, find out solution and improvise it.
Okay, how many lines
passed required in making?
कितना line हो गया अभी तक?
Sir 6. I have sir repeated it again, sir.
Okay, so 6. Okay, repeat it again. चलो, आगे चलो.
Calculate the fund required in making large quantity. Contact to bank and use all government initiative such as Startup India and arrange fund of 50 lakh rupees. Hire more employees and make plant. Took tender from company.
अरे ये सब तो सपना देख रहा है ना भाई. ये बताओ तेरे को कंपनी कौन बैंक दे देगा 50 लाख तेरे को इनिशियली. स्टैंड अप इंडिया का जो प्रोग्राम है, इट रिक्वायर्स ओनली द फर्स्ट वेयर द लैंड, वेयर वुड ही एस्टैब्लिश दैट फैक्ट्री, देयर इज सर्टेन स्ट्रक्चर वुड बी देयर. So you could have really thought about it, having seeing the presenter on there and requiring the drones around there. Being a what an aviation engineer, he started designing a local drones, low cost local drones which could be used. And a small little thing he started and loan, took his own money. What money he took loan from father and other people on there. Started with a small 1 or 2 drones, which was very successful used for agriculture purposes, for spraying chemicals and some. Having learned this technique, he started with that. How things should go. तूने फ्लो ही तो एक ही साथ सबको जंप मार के पूरा सीधे बिरला टाटा बन जाते हो ना. Go sequentially from step by step. Akash.
Vivek was a business graduate from Pune and he pursued his graduation in BA from Symbiosis Institute. While in his final year, there was a countrywide lockdown because of the pandemic. So he had to complete his finals from online, final exams online. And once the lockdown was lifted.
कितने लाइन हो गए?
So 5, sir.
5 लाइन में क्या हुआ?
कुछ नहीं, sir.
What are you going to achieve now? If कुछ नहीं आता क्यों लिखे हो? बता मेरे को. अंग्रेजी लिखना है क्या? कुछ नहीं बोलते भाई. You know that कुछ नहीं आता क्यों लिखते हो भाई? बता मेरे को. आगे चलो.
Lockdown was lifted when he went for jobs in prestigious companies in his city. He realized there was no recruitment happening and some companies even had to downsize. Vivek, instead of wasting his time, started preparing
how many
for
lines
GMAT.
passed till now? How many lines passed till now?
Sir, 7.5.
7.5. Okay. So he का 6 रहता है, तेरा 7.5 रहता है. Okay, accepted. Go ahead, पढ़ो.
Vivek, instead of wasting his time, started preparing for GMAT and eventually his application was accepted by Harvard Business School and got appointed in a prestigious company later on.
Very nice. GMAT से Harvard में एंट्री हो जाती है क्या?
So GMAT से ही तो होता है, sir.
जीमेट क्या करता है? बेसिकली एबिलिटी टेस्ट होता है। जीमेट क्या? जीमेट टॉफल वॉफल जितना होता है इक्वली इतना लैंग्वेज टेस्ट होता है।
ना उसके बाद सर एक एप्लीकेशन भेजना पड़ता है नेट से, तो मैंने इसलिए बोला कि
दैट
एप्लीकेशन
इज
वाज
सेपरेट इशू।
एक्सेप्टेड।
सो यू आर जस्ट थिंकिंग क्या व्हाट हैव यू अचीव? बताओ मेरे को। एक इंडिया में फेलियर है, यू गॉट स्टेट में वेंट टू हार्वर्ड। हार्वर्ड में कौन पैसा देगा? पिताजी का पैसा ज्यादा है ना, दे रहा है, चलो जाओ बेटा को भेजेगा। हाँ, कितना पैसा लगता है हार्वर्ड जाने में? बताओ, बोलो। यू ऑलरेडी डन सम रिसर्च इजंट इट आकाश?
यस सर।
कितना कितना लगता है बोलो?
काफी सर।
क्या करना? तो बता कहाँ से कहाँ आया? यहाँ इंडिया में मैंने नौकरी तेरे को नहीं मिली, हाँ सीधे तू हार्वर्ड भाग रहा है। क्या बात कर रहे हो? क्या पूरे एट द एंड ऑफ व्हाट you couldn't afford to find up any नौकरी inside and you went to Harvard. Very good. जीमैट दिया, जीमैट से पास हो गया। जीमैट से नौकरी नहीं मिली, जीमैट से हार्वर्ड डन गिव द इंटरव्यू यहाँ पर। जीमैट जैसे बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट, बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट। आज के दिन में नया आईईएस एंड समथिंग दे हैव ऑल दे हैव कॉल्ड इट, दैट इज बीइंग आल्सो बीइंग यूज्ड अराउंड देयर मोस्ट ऑफ द यूनिवर्सिटी। नाउ नेक्स्ट Lakshit.
Yes, sir. Satyendra, 15 years, was a student of IPS Jeent,
So you have
along
included
with
Satyendra only. Very good. चलो good. That is brought it. Okay. चलो आगे चलो। हाँ,
along with his three friends. He had to prepare for a presentation on women empowerment. So they so they gathered on his home after school timings and browsed the information related to topic. They contacted the NGO working in the area with the help of their teachers and kept remembered the data point. To flourish their reports, they took reviews of women from their society and included them into their data. They also took help of their seniors and monitored their points to speak. They gave various mock presentations and got feedback from teachers and parents. They worked well, presented their information well, and thanked each other and other group members also.
okay, very nice. Now tell me, is it not a single event presentation? Is it a big thing? बता
No,
मेरे को।
sir.
तो
Single
what
event.
is the problem? You have to give a presentation of women empowerment. That's all. अब इसको एक लेक्चर देने के लिए आपके लिए इतने प्रिपरेशन डिटेल्स यू गिवन इज गुड. Let me just tell you on the what details you get, that's a very good. But for what a very trivial issue, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Details you are giving very good. That's nothing wrong with the system. But what have you achieved? Only you are given a presentation on women
10 events.
empowerment to whom? किसको
Yes,
दिया
sir.
है ये आपका प्रेजेंटेशन?
Sir, in school only, sir.
स्कूल के लिए एक स्कूल देने लेक्चर देने के लिए should you become an officer?
No, sir.
खत्म हुई काम. You have to bring out the 15 qualities.
Yes, sir.
Satyendra, read out.
So Mohit with his friend working on arranging a farewell party for MTech final year student. Therefore, call a meeting at a home, prioritize the work, and make different committees. One committee was given work for arranging venue and tent. Second was given arranging food items and water. Third was given arranging entertainment, making some performance ready for the farewell. We then calculate the budget, share detail with the principal, ask for money. Mohit on daily basis check the progress of each committee and successfully organize a farewell event. All were happy of the event and memories was created.
क्या करूं? बोल. हाँ भाई सत्येंद्र बोल.
सर रिपीट करूं सर स्टोरी?
नहीं रिपीट कर. आप बताइए ना, अपने कहानी बताइए ना. आप अपने कहानी बताइए. क्या हाउ डू यू जज योर ओन स्टोरी? Out of 10 marks, how many marks would you give to yourself?
Sir 6.
6 for what? Do you know getting 6 is a very high score? Adi SSB में किसी 6 मिल गया, he is the best person available.
Sir
अब
4.
फेयरवेल ऑर्गेनाइज किया है. फेयरवेल ऑर्गेनाइज करने के लिए क्या बहुत ही काम कर रहे हो? किसका फेयरवेल है?
So MTech final year students.
Ye kaun? Where was he? Who is he? Who is the hero?
The hero is Mohit.
Doing what?
Arranging a meeting
Who
at
is he?
home.
Is he a student?
Yes, sir.
Who's which year?
So, sir, first year.
कहाँ लिखा हुआ है?
Okay.
कहाँ लिखा हुआ था ना?
सर नहीं लिखा.
नहीं लिखा था. कदम वो काम था. Very good. Is it the funny restaurant who is organized their own farewell or what?
So organizing for the final year students. Sir.
ठीक है भैया. तो what is he? Is he a peon in that office? Is he a teacher?
No, sir,
Is
I
he a
am not.
professor? What is he?
Okay, sir.
Secondly, this what was thing one year? What आपने क्या बोला? आपने 3 कमेटी बना दिया जी. एक टेंट बनाएगा, एक खाना बनाएगा, एक ये कहेगा. पैसा क्या आपने टीचर से मांग लिया? What is your contribution? Supervision, is it? ऐसा जनरली सिलेक्शन कोई फायदा नहीं है. चल आकाश बोलो.
Ayan was from a village in Uttarakhand. He was still in school. While on his way to school, Ayan and his friends noticed that there was a lot of garbage in and around the locality. He was the president of the sports club, so he had a lot of reach in and among his peers. So he decided to organize a drive to clean up the locality.
How many lines
The
passed?
next day,
How many lines passed?
so 7.
7 lines में why where's the new अभी तो decide कर लो. So why can't you Ayan, who was no sports captain of the school, having seen a lot of garbage around, that decided to do something for the society. The whole problem could have been done in 2 lines. Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
आगे चलो.
The next day after school, Ayan was able to convince 50 boys and 30 girls. He assigned everyone their duties, and in a week, the locality was completely clean of extra garbage around. They also made sure to help people in the neighborhood understand the importance of it. Ayan and his friends were congratulated by his teachers and principals.
Why can't he make it around there every weekend? Then it was routine every month. Once, twice on a Sunday, they would all meet together and they used to ensure the area remained clean throughout. That will give the longevity. Okay, next. Chalo, Lakshit.
Yes, sir. Bhavya, 15 years Chin, during summer break decided to form a documentary related to ancient canons. So he discussed the idea with friends and collected the data from history books in the library. They took help of internet videos and specified the canon role in wars. They also visited Jind fort and clicked the photos, meanwhile briefing the working mechanism. They made view regarding modern cannons. They collected the samples of gunpowders and about the ingredients in making of cannon shots. They arranged their content in chronological order and added voice subtitles along with recorded newspaper cuttings. They submitted it to their teacher and thanked each other for their support. It was later taken to school collection and helped children.
I think this is your best story you have written. Let me just tell you. You have gone in total detail. You have taken it very rightly. That's how the thing should be written. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Lakshit. Satyendra, read it. There's
So
only
Rahul was
story
the
which you have considered.
So Rahul was the DRD scientist was given responsibility to restore antique canon which has great history in Indian history. Rahul visited the canon and find out problems by analyzing it in detail. Start working on first repair the damage and remove the rust, and then make it internally repaired and make canon clean throughout using various machines. Remove all damaged parts and rust parts, successfully make it workable. Later took to the margin fire range with all precautions, fire the cannon. Cannon successfully clear all the requirement of the test, and Rahul was happy on working this project.
सपना देखना सत्येंद्र. सपना देख रहे हो. Old cannon का who will get ammunition by killing the rust does not give the system. They remain a trophy only. They remain a trophy only. None of the old cannons are ever used. So again, sapna dekh rahe ho, it is impractical. Yes, you could have learned from what are the materials used and all, but how the that's one aspect, history. You could have what the materials used, what are the materials used, how could a photo do it, and all those studies have been done. That's the end of it. Beyond that, no. If you take and Mahajan Range and all, तुम लोग का सपना पिताजी तुम्हारे सर्विस में है, and you are trying to again, you have got no idea how things go. You can't afford to just come here, आया है, you just want to add up. बना रहे हो, किसी बनाने से कोई फायदा नहीं. आकाश.
Vinay was on a field trip to a fort in Mysore. While roaming around the premises of the fort, he noticed a cannon lying idly at a corner of the fort. When he went close to inspect, he saw the history associated to it, how Tipu Sultan was, with a handful of soldiers, was able to resist the British. Reading this ignited the patriotic fire in Vinay. He eventually prepared for defense exams, sat down for NDA, cleared it, and now is a colonel in the army.
क्या है आकाश? You got motivation, fair enough. He got motivated by looking at the cannons and look at the history on there and that. Okay, NDA pass, you can have done even 3-4 lines. But what is result after that? You have to go beyond that, ना? आपकी क्वालिटी कहाँ निकल रही? जब काम करोगे तभी तो. What do you exploit after that? It shows motivation. That's all. And you just be passed, written a past exams and become an officer. That is also कोई फायदा नहीं है ना. Give details now. Okay. Last Lakshit.
Yes, sir.
हाँ.
Anjan, 16 years, was the head member of school eco club. He, after mutual discussion with group members, decided to do plantation drive on one Mahotsav. They presented their estimated economic budget to principal and got the required money. They made posters, cards with the help of creativity club and make drawings of trees. They also bought the diversified plants from nursery and planted and recorded their number at different places outside school. They met with other school students and also encouraged people to plant at least one tree, which they planted thereafter. They felt happy and shared photos at the social media to inspire other people also.
Okay. Can't you make it permanent affair? Can't you could have made it on there that each children contributed their pocket money, 1 month money for the purchase of the plant itself.
Yes, sir.
It was
It should be
voluntary.
there.
So then they've done. Why do you want to get the money from your school then?
Yes, sir.
It was voluntary organization, everyone gave it. And secondly, what? It was, and they also promised that every year they will plant at least 100 plants or 200 plants. You can afford to, and probably every plant was given name to each individual so that they have to nurture that plant throughout the year so that survival rate increases.
Yes, sir.
So ये सब थोड़ा सा add करना है, that gives a value, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Satyendra, read it now.
So Mohan was the college football team captain, got invitation from nearby college team to participate in inter-college tournament. Mohan prepared his team and make plan for next whole month and divided the preparation in 3 parts. First, increasing endurance by daily doing 5-kilometer run. In second part, practice and increase coordination and trust on each other. And in last, know about opponent and analyze the strengths and weaknesses and participate with Joes and win the tournament and celebrate with the whole team.
टूर्नामेंट हुआ नहीं हुआ, जीता है हारा?
So जीत गया सर.
कहाँ लिखा हुआ?
So participated with Joes and win the tournament and celebrate with the team.
So the whole effort की एक ही मौके उसके बाद.
Sir?
So इसके बाद क्या हुआ?
उसके बाद से कुछ नहीं लिखा सर.
हाँ, उसके बाद भी और हो सकता है ना कि once they become the champion in school team, they also they formed a good team and they wanted to participate in a district and odd level and they became candidate formed one of available in the system. Add करना थोड़ा सा.
Okay sir.
Okay, आकाश पढ़ो.
Dhruv is a basketball player who was recently selected to attend the Junior India camp. He is from Kolkata and naturally there is not much culture of basketball but football, and because of that there are not many courts. Dhruv was able to practice basketball because he was from a convent school and they had won. But the children in his locality looked up to Dhruv and wanted to pursue basketball but had no courts near. So Dhruv collected money from his.
Confused. Itna line ka simply karta hai. In the absence, Calcutta being the our nerve center of football, nurturing ground around there. Basketball was not being practiced outdoor, was not played much. He being into a basketball enthusiast, he wanted to inculcate the culture of basketball in India by forming the local team and getting some, and you can start from there. I know.
Yes, sir.
You are trying to be critical. You are trying to be that you are against the society. You are trying to be critical that वो है नहीं, negativity आ जाता है. Statements come to the jump. Simply Akash being a basketball enthusiast wanted to propagate this culture in Calcutta, which had all which are football lovers were in plenty around there, but no one was practicing basketball. He wanted to bring in order to do that, he formed the local team, invited the people in the team. He also formed a particular team. He started participating in the national international, that is how the things can go. है ना?
Yes, sir.
Is it possible, Akash?
Yes, sir.
ऐसा करना यार. ओके तुम लोग अब तीनों जो है ना, तुम लोग सपना देख रहे हो अभी तक. Can you all improve?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Lakshit,
Yes, sir.
put on a video. Hiding behind the bush. हाँ?
वो बार बार ब्लर आने लग जाता है सर,
हाँ,
एक बार
ब्लर
अगर
तो आता
करते
ही
हैं ना.
रहेगा. हाँ, Satyendra.
Yes, sir.
My dear, all of you better improve. I think enough. Beyond it, I can't stretch myself. I think I have tried to give as much as I could, but I think this, things are not going the right direction. Right then, improve. Aim is to improve as much.
Improve.
And you can all do it. You can all. There's nothing great. It's simple. सोचने वाली बातें हैं ना यार. आज मैं कुछ नहीं, मैं तो ऐसे I couldn't afford because आप लोगों का लेवल इतना ऐसा था कि I couldn't even think any beyond that. Improve. Now at least got how many? At least 36 stories you people all learned. Is it or not? 36 कहानी, 36 plot देखा ना? Yes or no?
Yes,
So
sir.
it's possible. You can all improve it. Okay. Right then.
Yes.
We'll meet tomorrow. Bye.
Okay, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good night.
Good evening.